Hello friends, first year of 2020. I have a new crossover event. It's going to be with someone you guys probably know very well, very well. You can introduce yourself again for the second time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to not E3s, but another dual video that I'm doing with Laurie. So, what are we going to be doing today, Laurie?
So, because it's 2020, I thought, it'd be nice if we talked about 2019 for Fire Emblem Heroes, the new units, AR in general, and I guess plans for the future 2020. Ooh. Okay, so first off, we're going to start with the New Year's units because obviously they just came out today. Let's have a look. So here we have the new duo unit, Alphonse and Sharina. Yeah, almost forgot her name. Miss, I finally got an alt, and then some Powercreep beast units. Leth and Selkie.
Miss, make your ears bleed.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Selkie, but that's personal preference. If you like her, that's fine. Okay, let's start with, I guess, the one that you wanted to pull, Anna.
Anna, yes. So she finally got her alt, right? And she's a red bow infantry, the second one, right? Because we had Igreen.
Yes.
Well, one thing I know is that she's fast. She has base 40 speed. Good for her, but 34 attack. Well, that's kind of the norm, isn't it? Having like 34, 35, 36, 37 offenses.
Yeah. I would say having like 36, 37 speed is like normal now. And you just, to be competitive, you'd want like an equally as high attack stat. Otherwise
you're useless.
Yeah, if you have like sub 33, I guess, attack, you might struggle with competition from other archers, but in my personal opinion, I think 33 attack is good on an archer, but clearly you have standout archer units like the aforementioned Igreen, legendary
Igreen's she's just like on her own plane, and then Olm is just like the best. He's like a rocket launcher. He just pierces through armors, and he's colorless.
That too, and he has a unique special that works with his weapon. They have a specific sentence just to say that it works with his weapon as well.
I mean, it's better to be colorless than to be colored, I guess, because red.
Yeah. So as far as... Wait, what skills does she have?
She comes with Rally Def Res Plus. Ooh. She comes with Sabotage Attack and Attack Speed Gap.
Attack Speed Gap. Okay. So I think the skill, if you want Anna, like the skill you want to go for is obviously Attack Speed Gap. Everything else is...
No, get Sabotage Attack.
Okay, I want to say Sabotage Attack is less... Oh wait, no, it works with a weapon. I've been thinking about Air's Dagger too much because you can give it...
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. She's the big winner here.
Yeah, but still, Anna's bow is pretty good because it's, Sabotage, Defense, Res, right?
Yeah, her weapon, it's if any foe's res is less than units res -3, and that foe is adjacent to another foe, inflicts def res -5 on that foe through its next action.
Yes.
So that's really good.
So this is going to be especially useful in light season. Having ranged debuffs is literally insane. And Sabotage, well, in my opinion, and I think it's kind of a fact that it's more likely to be more useful in AR, where basically most units, or a lot of teams have units bunched up, right? There are obviously some teams where units are spaced out and they use skills like fly formation and aerobatics and stuff like that, right? But most of the time, of the teams that you see, it's usually units that are next to each other, so sabotage skills are actually a really strong debuff, especially during light season if you get airs, plus 10 res if you're running double airs.
Oh yeah. Now that you mention it, her attack speed gap does go good, but you're gonna have to plan out. It's not like the opening skills where it's just the unit with, like, let's say the highest attack. No, this one's the unit with the highest attack speed total. So I can imagine some people have to do some like calculations to have units with equal attack speed.
One more thing to keep track of is because chills are so common in AR, attack speed gap might not be the best skill to use because it buffs a unit according to the highest attack speed combination, right? And that might be the unit with the highest attack or speed. So that unit might be hit with chills.
Yeah, and then it just ruins the whole master plan. So really, these are, I would say, just stick with the opening skills. Like, I've seen some people work with attack opening, and then they just have like 50 attack units, and it just works out really good for them.
Yeah.
So maybe not the best skill. I still think her sabotage attack is better. It would have been pretty interesting if she got sabotage speed, and if for some reason you could make attack speed work, that could have been a lot of units being doubled, or being able to double a lot of units, but I think those gap skills are just a little too difficult to work out.
Still, during her bonus week, she should be a pretty strong support unit, especially in light season, as I said before. So, I don't know, let's say, if I were to give her like a unit rating out of 10, I guess unit-wise, I'd give her like an 8 out of 10. Just because having...
Her weapon's really good, though. You can, for AR, you can probably fodder that off to like Niles. He's free to play and he has a lot of res.
And you can refine the weapon even further to give more
you can give it like another res boost. Even though Anna just comes with base 37 res, so that's really good on its own.
Yep. And then for fodder, I guess her sabotage and her bow. I put her bow first, and then sabotage.
Yeah, the bow is a priority. It's like Air's weapon, but more harder to get.
Yeah. So I think that, well, for fodder, I guess I'd give her like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, unit-wise, I think being a colored unit kind of hurts her. If she was a cab unit, yeah, that probably would have been a different story because she wouldn't have any competition, really. Unless you count that dagger, at least. I think she's red, right? And I guess bows and daggers are the same damage, so that might be some competition, but really, it's not so...
I mean, I think if you use her as a support unit, it'll be fine. Because I was more or less thinking about her as a supportive unit, and she just so happens to have like high speed and decent attack. That's how I would use her.
Res.
Yeah, that's how I would use her personally. But yeah, there are better archers for pure damage. Okay, so next unit. I guess we'll save the duo unit for last because that's more interesting. More interesting to me.
I think Air is more interesting, but
yeah.
I'll go with what you do. What do you want to talk about next, son?
Selkie. She has one hell of a description for her weapon.
Oh yeah, the whole thesis statement. It's like a thesis.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Even on the websites,
I believe you can summarize it.
So basically, she has close call built into her weapon, but instead of going up speed, it's based off her res, right? As it says, if unit's res is greater than foe's res, deals damage equal to 70%. Oh, so she has what's it called? The Vassal's Blade. Yeah, the Vassal's Blade effect, but it runs on res instead. And if unit's res is greater than foe's res, reduces damage from attacks. So it's basically close call, but based on res. And not to mention, she gets the whole, when she transforms, inflicts attack defense -4 on foe. So she basically has, it's like a sturdy impact. She has the Vassal's Blade effect, and she has close call in her weapon.
Yeah, this makes her basically just a really, really strong mage counter. She has distant ward, right? Or is that Leth?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Leth has no. Yeah, she comes with distant ward. Leth has no res. She comes with sabotage speed though.
Alright, we'll get to her soon. So Selkie already you just want a lot of res.
She has a super boon in res.
Yeah. Her weapon gives her the defense, you know, the beast debuff that they have on their weapon, like attack, defense -4. That helps her on player phase. Distant ward helps her on enemy phase. So it's a bit overwhelming. She has a lot of stuff going for her as a beast unit, but again, she's a seasonal, so don't expect to see too many people with merged Selkies. But if you do see one,
they're a whale. If you see one, they're a whale.
Well, okay, to be fair, some people save a lot of orbs, and they might be like, "Oh, Selkie's my favorite character, so I'll use all my orbs for Selkie."
Oh yeah, you don't want to mess with them. We probably shouldn't talk lightly about her, or else we're gonna be attacked by them.
Hey, she can probably hit like 50 res, right?
Oh, easily. She even comes with odd res wave, so just to add insult to injury, she's just a res wall. Like,
yeah. So I believe magic, like she just counters them, but
yeah.
Honestly, I don't think she'll be that useful in AR because distant counter is more universal. Like you just counter everything at range unless they have like I don't know, fire sweep, wind sweep, and such.
She has
plus
31 base attack.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a bit on the low side, but
that's very low.
With merges, or like she needs merges and buffs to deal significant damage. Actually,
I think that's what
I was gonna say. Her weapon does help her if she has more res, and it's true damage.
Yeah, that's true. That it gives her a maximum of +7, and since I guess no one really has res in this game, so it should be easy for her to proc it even at base merge level at 40. Like she's gonna be getting her +7 attack, and I'm guessing Iceberg just helps with her too, deal 50% of units res.
Yeah.
So at base, that's another +20 damage. So she should be fine. I mean, her defense is garbage. Base 16 defense, and her distant ward doesn't work on bow units. So I guess bow units are going to be becoming more popular in taking down like Selkie and stuff like that.
Well, they're not going to be. I don't think it'll be necessarily more popular because Arm's already on like 50% of defense teams.
99% of defense teams.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure how that matchup goes because she has an insane res stat. She does get damage reduction from against Arm, but then Arm just does a lot of damage and it attacks.
And he has starting blow, so he might even be able to outspeed Selkie. So
yeah. Well, I
mean, distant ward will help her attacking. That's the only downside to distant ward. It's more against magic units.
Yeah, unless you replace it. So honestly, for Selkie, I would say unless you're a diehard fan, or you want the skills, or you just want to give skills to like your favorite unit, right? I don't think you should go for Selkie.
Yeah, distant ward looks nice, but really it's not that amazing compared to distant counter. It's a situational distant counter.
Like personally, I think it would be really funny on Self with Divine Tearfing, but that's just me. I probably wouldn't use it like on most other units because it's so focused on magic and staves and dragons for some reason.
Yeah, dragon that can counter a 2-range dragon. Imagine that. Don't give them ideas.
Maybe they're planning something. I don't know.
Don't give them ideas.
Okay, so I guess unit rating, I don't know, I give her like a 7.
7. Yeah, I'll say it. I guess one of her The big bonus for her is that she's a colorless beast. So she has no weakness, and she can just pierce through units, if you can call it that. And she's 3-ranged.
So, I should probably specify her, like, where I think she would be used. I think she would be more of, like, on a beast team, on a defense team. Because I think on offense, she might be a bit tricky to use because you don't get the null counter disrupt. Because she's a cavalry unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's some nasty, like, fire sweep users. For example, like Brave Lins with double poison strike. And
oh my god! Don't even remind me.
I've seen some nasty, like, +10 Brave Lin AR defense teams. It's real annoying.
Yeah, they're disgusting, especially in the cap line. Like, no one asked you to make that, but here you are.
Yeah, so of course, like, I'm being pretty specific with what units you'll be running into, but I think if you're gonna use her as, like, a carry unit, you're gonna want her to be able to handle a lot of situations. Like, consistency is key.
Oh yeah, and she also has 35 base HP, so that's very low. I don't expect her to be tanking the Lins or any physical units very well, because that's just not going to happen. She just has really paper thin defense.
Yeah, and there's a lot of panics running around.
That too.
As for fodder, I don't know. Wait, what else does she have?
She has sabotage speed, distant ward, and she has odd res wave. Oh boy, can't wait to get my iceberg fodder.
Sabotage speed is pretty good. Otherwise, everything else you don't really need. So
yeah, sabotage speed is the only good one, really.
I'm torn between.
See that in AR.
I'm torn between, like, a 6 or a 7. Yeah.
Maybe like a 7. We could be generous, a 7, because she has her merits, but we're thinking too much of, like, for offense. But for defense, I can see her being pretty annoying, really.
I think she'd be more annoying on defense.
No, yeah, especially if you run, like, a mage.
Yeah.
A mage vantage user like me. Like, I wouldn't want to see this thing. This thing's just gonna kill me.
Yeah, I believe that's it for Sothis. So, Leth,
the Green Beast Cavalry unit. Well, she has 35-41 base offenses. So again, that's pretty standard in this time of Feh.
Did you say 41 base speed? 35-41?
Yes, 41 base speed.
Oh my.
35 base attack. Here we are. Welcome to Book 4 stats.
What does her weapon do?
It is... Oh boy. It's the same as Selkie, but instead of going off her res, it goes off her speed.
What? Oh, wow.
So it's basically like Vassal's Blade, Close Call, and like a mini sturdy impact on the foot. Well, kind of sturdy impact more. It has the sturdy impact effect. So base 41 speed, and she has a super boon in speed.
Does she really need the super boon?
Isn't that like Marita? How fast was Marita? Do you remember?
42 speed.
Oh, okay, then she's still the fastest, but...
Okay, so...
what's the point of having so much speed in this meta, since armors just bypass speed? So it's kind of like... I'm thinking about Arena, but Arena's dead, so...
So what about... Actually, no, with their impact skill, they cancel out, quick riposte and...
follow-up attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because they have such high speed, they double and deny double. So, I mean, it's not all bad.
Yeah, she just has to watch out being, I guess, player phased by the enemy, getting hit by a bolt fighter.
Yeah, but I can imagine most players wouldn't let her be tanking that in the first place.
Yeah, they're probably gonna give her like Gale Force. She procs it and she runs away.
Yeah. What about her skills?
Her skills. She comes with attack speed solo. That's always good. And low speed defense. So the only other unit with speed defense is Claude, right?
Yeah. Oh man, her base.
And they're both hard to get.
Her base kit is so like.
It's like speed. What are you gonna do with so much speed?
Yeah, and her lull skill on top of her default weapon gives -7 on defense.
Oh my goodness! And then attack speed +6, so that's like a 13 stat difference, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and not to mention the Vassal Blade effect, so that's like another +7.
Yeah.
So that's like 20 extra potential 20 extra damage.
I think she has a better base kit than Selkie, but she has a worse color, obviously.
Green isn't so bad.
But strictly speaking,
I think it'd be worse if she was blue.
But strictly speaking, I think like you would rather have colorless because it's more like consistent.
Yeah, I'd rather have colorless. Imagine if Left was the colorless unit.
Yeah, that
would be dangerous.
That'd be some real scary stuff on defense.
It's like Veloria, but with one more movement, basically.
Well, that would also mean that if you run race and support, right, which I assume a lot of the player base is going to get just from summoning green in general, right?
Yeah.
Or hell, even summoning for Left right now. You can have Rayson behind her, and like he can basically just follow her because he's a 3-move dancer.
Oh, just imagine Rayson, Tibarn, and Leith, like the Cancer trifecta beast unit.
Yeah, or you can use them as Gale Force units.
Oh yeah, huh? For offense. Oh, I've seen some people come up with some crazy Gale Force strats on offense.
Yeah, so...
she has good fodder. She's like a 10 out of 10 for fodder right there.
Yeah, I think lull speed defense is actually is pretty strong, especially on, say... Especially if you have a unit on AR defense. Yeah. Like when you attack into something. And she gets so much mileage out of speed that... Yeah, she's just insane.
And then she has... I can't get over how many effects her weapon has. It has 3 effects in one weapon. Like, beast units are just better, like, everything. Like, they're better infantry units, they're better flying units, they're better armor units, they're better cavalry units, because she just has Vassal's Blade, Close Call, and, like, a pseudo sturdy impact. Like, that's not fair.
The other thing is, you can run, like, mixed beast comps, and they're still, like, just as strong as, like, any other emblem squad.
Oh yeah, this like in AR, some people would have the beast units on one side and then like regular units on the other side.
Yeah, I've also seen like.
And usually.
I've also seen Naysala Tiban with like Rayson or Lian or another Rayson behind them, so it's just 2 Gale Force units and a dancer behind them.
Oh yeah, that's so specific. What did they do to you?
I don't know. They have 2 Gale Forces. Tiban has sturdy impact, and Naysala has sturdy impact too. So, yeah.
Naysala has that Vassal Blade effect. I don't know what that effect is. Where the plus speed. How you said it. You call it the Vassal Blade because that's where it first came out. So.
I don't remember if it was on Vassal's Blade or Giga Excalibur first, but yeah, those 2.
I think they both came out at the same time, right?
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So the Vassal Blade sounds cooler than the Giga Excalibur.
Okay.
+7.
Last unit on this banner review is the duo unit, Alphonse and Sharina. I guess it's pretty cute that they get New Year's outfit. Another alt that could have gone to Seliph or an FE rep. FE4 rep, but what are you gonna do?
One day.
Yeah, maybe.
One day we will rejoice.
Maybe this year is the jug drool year.
There has to be a Valentine's jug drool. Like, come on! They're missing out on duo Sigurd and Deirdre. Like, that's... you guys! I just want to be like, you guys, please! It's right there! But, anyways, Alphonse?
Okay.
Well, oh, he has base 17 speed, so that's
Not surprising.
he's going to be getting doubled, but in response to that, he has 35-30 defenses. So he's meant to be like the slow, sturdy mage unit, as well as coming with 38 base attack, so that's really good. And his weapon, the imbued coma. So it basically gives him the slaying lance effect, the slaying weapon effect, and if he has a special ready at the start of combat, he gets +5 to all the stats, and the foe can't make a follow-up attack. So...
Yep. I believe his skill reduces... It's like a pulse duo skill, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And he has...
he has that special... I was going to talk about his Open the Future skill.
Oh,
how it's like a bonfire, but you restore 25% of damage that you deal.
Is that
okay?
That's not inheritable, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's his skill only.
Okay.
Okay.
So he gets healing stats and denies follow-ups when his special is up. So he seems like...
And that also works well with... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, seems like when his special is up, which is pretty much always in player hands, he's a beast? Is he an infantry unit, or...?
Yes, he's infantry.
Okay. So... Does that make a difference? I'm not sure. Honestly, I thought he was armored at first, but...
No, he's just a slow infantry.
His stats are so
He should have been in armor. He's slow, but I guess not. Okay.
Okay, so outside of like null follow-up users, Alphonse doesn't really have to fear much because, well, he gets a perfect healing skill. He has special spiral. He has a way of setting it up. So, he's also blue, which is a good color. He's also a mage and targets res. So,
is blue really a good color?
I'd say
I always saw it as the weakest color.
For a mage.
For a mage. I just assumed like out of the 3 colors, green was always the best. It's not because I'm being biased or anything, but blue just always seemed like the weakest to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking AR because you don't really want to try to tank with a blue unit in AR because there's Ninos and Sonias around.
Well, everybody always talks about what they see, right? I just think red is worse in general because there are a lot more common blue mages and green mages and just blue and green nukes in general, right? So, like, blue has Ophelia, I guess, Reinhardt, what's her face? Tail2. Tail2's a good unit. Don't sleep on her.
Oh, she's really good. I want to build her one up. I have a lot of plans, but I don't have feathers.
Yeah. Yeah, those 3 units come to mind, like, first for me. And then green, obviously, you have Nino. Actually, I don't see as many Ninos as I do Sonias, but Sonia is...
Really?
Yeah. I see more Sonias because of infantry pulse teams.
Oh, yeah.
So she can really nuke you. Or some people use Merrick because he's easily merged and it's easier than, I guess, getting a bunch of Sonias.
I guess another common green unit, Thracier.
Yeah, especially in her
Anima.
season. Yeah, Anima season.
Oh. Huh, interesting. That made me change my perspective of blue.
Yeah, I do think blue's not bad. I don't think blue's bad. Especially because I use a red unit on my season, so...
Oof.
But I have tanked Ophelia's before. It's just a bit rough. Yeah. So the idea is Alphonse goes in. Alphonse and Serena goes in. He uses the skill to set himself up. The duo skill. I don't see many people maxing and using the duo buildings because that means you have to put a duo unit on your team.
That's stupid. I remember when I read that, I was like, am I reading this correctly? Do I need to have a duo just to make this building work? I was so mad.
Yeah, we'll also get to that in a bit as well. So he's self-sufficient as a carry unit. So unit-wise, I think he's like, I'll give him like a 9 out of 10.
Oh, and his skill set just works great off the bat because he comes with close counter, so he has no problem attacking. Mm-hmm. Special spiral. So his special bonfire skill, it gets reduced to a 2-turn special because of his weapon. So he'll fire off a bonfire, and then special spiral will get him back up, and then he's going to have the same effect of the +5 to all stats, and then not being able to have the enemy make a follow-up attack. Yep. So as long as he can get that off, let's say you put him in like an infantry pulse team, because he has base 41 HP, so it should be feasible. So he's just gonna be proccing off all those special bonfires, so he should be kind of threatening.
I was gonna mention his duo skill. I'm pretty sure his duo skill gives him pulse to himself and allies.
Yeah, his duo skill is -2 cooldown on infantry units within 3 rows and 3 columns centered on him.
Well, there you go. Self-sufficient.
So he can just use that, let's say, turn 1.
Yeah, and
he does that, attacks an enemy.
Yeah. Open the Future gives him healing, and because it's also a bonfire skill, he does a lot of damage. So he basically one-shots with the bonfire effect, and then he heals off that one shot, which is disgusting.
Oh. And he comes with Death Res Oath, so that's +5 to defense and res. So his base defense is 35. Let's add the +5 from the C skill, so he's gonna have 40 defense. So that's plus the 50% from the defense, so that's +20 damage.
He's gonna be dealing. Because he has his special up, he gets +5 to all stats from his weapon as well.
So that's
like 22, 23 damage from the bonfire.
So just imagine that coming from 38 base attack. That's a lot of damage.
Yep, that's basically a free kill. Like, yeah, he's just real strong.
Oh, and he has a super boon in attack, so let that sink in. Imagine the possibilities. Oh, you could just be mean and give him like close. What is it called? Close defense.
Mm-hmm.
Just be mean and have him enemy face.
Yeah, he's a real strong unit. I rate him like 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
For fodder, close counter, come on, and special spiral, come on.
You can fodder off close counter and special spiral from him if you manage to get him.
Yeah, he's like a Kronia starter kit right there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh no!
If you wanted to build a Kronia, here's your chance. But he's a really good unit, and he'll be a bonus unit for about 2 weeks. So I'd say he's worth using.
Oh yeah. So, and one of the good things about him, not only is he a dual hero, but he can receive blessings. So if you can set him up just right, he can probably like even tank on his own in Ether raids. Just super buff him, set up his dual skill, put him in range of enemies.
Yeah. And
he'll probably work wonders.
Unit rating, like 9 out of 10. Fodder rating, obviously, I'm going to give 10 out of 10.
10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Close counter and special spiral? Come on. Hell, even his C skill is good. Okay, so that'll be it for the banner review section. We're going to move on to talking about dual units since Alphonse himself is a dual unit.
You forgot about one.
Did I? Oh, right. The best one. Yeah.
The best one, and we were saving for last and we forgot about her.
I say the best one because I'm not summoning on this banner. Well, I'll do my free summons, but I'm not going to go any further than that. But I will use air. So yeah, let's talk about air.
We got New Year's Air. She's the free Tempest Trial unit we're going to be getting. And she's a flying red dagger unit. So she says goodbye to her colorless status and turns into a red unit.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes with 31-36 base offenses. So once again, pretty standard for, I guess, what units should be now.
Yep.
But the best thing about her is her weapon effect. So it's basically similar to Anna's, where if the unit's res, if the enemy's res is less than 3, she inflicts attack and speed -5 on the enemies. So she's compared to Anna's, which gave -5 def and res, hers gives -5 attack and speed. So it's basically like a much more free to play Micaiah effect in a way, since it's easily accessible. So
it's just a really good weapon. I want to use it. I know everybody with a dagger wants to use it. So the first thing that comes to my mind, obviously, is Tethys. Tethys can use this dagger to, well, really, really well, because she's also a dancer, and if you have a unit that can handle multiple roles, that's a good unit. So a unit that can dance, debuff globally as well, is a good unit in my books. Yeah,
the first unit that came to mind to me was regular air for light season.
Both good.
They're both good.
Both good.
So I can see a lot of people foddering this air off for regular air, since she's always going to be used in late season, and she comes with really good res.
Yeah. I was going to say, I would prefer Tethys, and I say prefer because you can bless Tethys in light season, and she can be your, she can take the slot of your support unit, right? And when I was, sorry.
Oh no, I just said yeah.
Yeah. So Tethys is going to be getting HP and res if you're using double air. So Tethys can get a lot of res, and I had this idea on another unit, but you can do it on Tethys as well. So you can give her Tethys Air's dagger. You can give her sudden panic and HP res to help her fulfill both conditions. And then now you have a global debuffer. You also have a global panic user, and then you can run whatever you want in the C slot. And then basically you have one hell of a support unit. She can debuff, panic, and dance. And I think
this is like some galaxy brain strat.
And I think that's incredibly valuable. Like, to have those 3 things on one unit is insane. Maybe it's just me.
No, that's like really galaxy brain. What this? Tethys comes with base 38 HP, so that's not so bad. And then the weapon can be refined too, so that's like an extra, what is it, 2 HP? 2 or 3 HP?
I think it's 3.
3? So plus 10 from the airs, that's 48, and then plus another 3, that's 51. And if you can give her HP skills, that's like 55-ish or something. Not bad at all. I just feel one thing you should be worried about for Tethys is if she ends up becoming like a chill rest Soquat.
Yes. Yeah, that's well, there's 2 things. Because this build is so versatile, one, you have to give up a little bit of HP, because her HP is not that insanely high.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
And 2, if her res is really high, she takes chill res, which also hurts her debuffing, but
it's a double-edged sword because if you want your main tank unit to, I guess, tank, one thing, Tethys can soak up the chill, but at the same time, the dagger might have some problems being able to proc its effect because her res would just get too low.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, I think it's a really good weapon.
Oh, not to mention, air comes with brazen attack res, but the real thing is free speed tactic.
Finally.
So now we have all the tactic skills then, right? In the for free to play options.
Yeah.
Because attack is with Legal, res is, I believe it's Lara Shell.
Yeah.
And then defense could be New Year's Leg Yarn.
Yeah.
And then speed is this air. So, and not to mention they're already seals, so except speed tactic, but tactic skills are just really easy to get now. So that's kind of a blessing.
Mm-hmm. As a unit herself, air is, I don't know, red daggers aren't, I don't think they're that good.
Unless you're Picnic Flora or Flora in general.
Well, that's because you have something else going for you as well. But the support utility from her weapon is really good. During her support week, her as a bonus unit is really, really good because then that opens up your support unit to be something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she can pretty much do all the debuffing, and especially if you give her like another sabotage skill, you can debuff 3 stats at once, globally as well.
Imagine being able to give her 7 panic because she has 39 base HP, so I imagine it could sort of work.
Yeah. Now that I put the idea out there, you can just find a suitable candidate.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I think that's it for the New Year's units. Fodder, I give her dagger like 9 to 10 out of 10. I just really like the weapon.
Oh, not to mention it comes with if you're able to attack with that weapon, you can possibly give the enemy -7 def res on top with -5 attack speed.
Mm-hmm. Pairs well.
So just imagine that.
Yeah, pairs well with Broadleaf Fan or Matthew.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh my god.
So
Matthew's getting popular.
So, I think Broadleaf Fan Sothis is pretty popular. Fairly popular.
That's true. That's very true.
But yeah. You Soth users gonna have a lot of fun with air on her bonus week because you get like free debuffs. So yeah, as a unit, air is like, well, I mean, her fences aren't bad, but it's just
it's probably the color that's holding her back.
Yeah. If she were colorless, it would be a lot better. I mean, we keep saying this, but I mean, it's kind of true.
This is how it is.
Yeah.
It's no Ohm, but
you know what? I still want to
Ohm is just the standard of colorless ranged units.
Yeah, I just want to give air like a 7 out of 10. Because she's gonna be mergeable. So. But do you want to use her? Do you want to use
Do
her?
I want to use her?
I meant like your grails on her. Probably not. Well, for the weapon and speed tactic, but.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just maybe not merge her because we already got the neutral air, the colorless air.
I guess that does it for the new units. So
yeah,
we'll move on to Duo Heroes, everybody's favorite new unit type.
Oh boy! So yeah, one of the big things that happened in 2019 was the emergence of, I guess, duo heroes. And while some of them don't have Well, I say some of them, but there's only like 3 duo units, right? Or something.
Yep.
There's Hector, Ephraim, and this Alphonse. I think the big one that really like stole the scene was, well, Hector himself. Because of the whole... He's like having another bolt tower. And ever since that happened, people got the bright idea to use him and Kronia for AR defense.
Sure thing.
And just sweep through teams. And that pissed off a lot of people.
It's just...
including myself.
It's just too easy to do.
Onward.
It's so cheap.
Choose your path.
I'm just going to
Of course.
farm my power up, so
Alrighty.
you have something to look at in the background. It's not that efficient, but yeah, you can see I'm really good at this.
I'm with you.
Anyways, we'll keep talking about the duo units. So I think the duo units taking up the slot of your support unit is,
Here we go.
I want to say, a bit inefficient, because Hector is, I would say, is the best one because 20 damage. A moving bolt tower is always good, and 20 damage is 20 damage, and obviously there's the synergy with Kronia. Yeah, my team has been taken out by a Hector Kronia combo.
On the way.
It's not fun.
I see.
It's so infuriating. I get so pissed off looking at it. I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to be bothered by it, but it bothers me.
But thankfully, right, it's not common anymore. Well, not as common back when he was a bonus unit.
That's true.
Yes.
Also, I guess the Hector Kronia duo kind of works out for people that I guess don't really care about scoring, because they can just bring like 3 Hectors, a Kronia, and like a Dancer.
Yes.
So it makes AR easy for them, and they just don't care about the score. Maybe even just 1 air if you're feeling it. So I guess good for people that don't care for AR, they just want to get it over with.
Here we go.
But it's still not fun to watch your team lose to that cheese.
On the way.
Yeah, you want your team to lose
Here we
to
go.
players that think things out, right?
Onward.
Yeah, let me lose to real skill, like a plus 10 Kanegas with distant defense 7 and like a Kaden.
It's a legitimate strategy.
Let's strike up a tune.
Let me lose to real skill.
Here we go. I'm with you. Yes. Let us
Yeah, because duo units are limited, I think it's only really going to be, the plus 10 is only really going to be attainable by
Onward.
people with disposable income.
Choose your path.
Well, you don't really need to have a plus 10 duo unit anyways.
It doesn't even matter, it's just the mythic that matters.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the skill, the duo skill.
I see. Here we
And
go.
you're really feeling it, so people just bring along the dual buildings.
Yeah, so you can use it twice. I think it's a bit excessive.
So, one thing let's say someone does bring like 3 Hectors. They use up all 3 of them use their dual skill, and then the building doesn't let them use all 3 of them. Can they all use their own dual skill again? Is that how it works?
I'd assume so.
It's just like, why? That's like 100 damage. Imagine.
Onward. Let us sing.
It's pretty
Here we
overkill
go.
though, so I can't
I'm
imagine
with
someone
you.
would.
Onward.
Like, if you had 3 Hectors, right? If you were someone who was willing to run 3 Hectors, why would you use a building slot on or maybe if you wanted to go overkill, I guess. But like,
Yes.
realistically,
Yeah, you can have the bolt tower, the dual hero thing,
Of course.
the 3 Hectors.
Here we go.
So that's already like that's like 120 damage or
Let
something.
us sing. Yes.
160 damage already? I'm doing math. I probably don't know how to do math, but
Onward.
it's a lot of damage. It's overkill.
yeah. The benefit of having multiple Hectors, I guess, is
Here we go.
I
see.
can
Let's
have them cover the entire map. you don't have to have them all attack the same columns.
Onward.
You know what I mean? Because some teams have units spread out across all columns rather than just bunched up in like 3 columns.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I just want to really talk about Hector because I don't see Ephraim's skill is kind of it's just an extra space for what was it? Infantry and flying units?
Yeah, that would be it.
Like, the only time I saw him was during his bonus week. But his is probably, like, the weakest of the skills.
He's just a good unit, but his duo skill's not as good.
Yeah, and then we have, what's the next one? I completely forgot about Christmas Marth. I thought it was just, Hector, Ephraim, and Alphonse, but I forgot about Christmas Marth. And how his is, like, a bonus doubler for, what is it, for infantry and armor units?
Does he give bonus double from the skill? I thought it gave, like, a +3 buff.
No, he gives that, and I think he gets bonus doubler as well.
Okay, that's kind of better than I thought.
What did you think it was? Just +3?
Yeah, I was like, this skill's lame. But it's not lame. It was the very opposite of lame.
It's just, it's actually pretty good.
I still think Hector's skill is better than that, though.
Hector is dumb, silly, broken. Just for the possibilities it can do.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed, I'm just gonna grind some quests while we're talking. Be productive.
Oh, I should probably do that too.
Yeah. It's fun talking about Fire Emblem Heroes while we play Fire Emblem Heroes.
While playing Fire Emblem Heroes.
It's a social game, you know. It's an experience. Yeah. So, okay, duo units are definitely annoying because they have their skill, and it's basically just a better unit, like, in general. Right? Oh, damn, do I not?
I wouldn't say a better unit in general. Probably just a unit with some more effects in battle, probably.
But compared to a normal unit, that doesn't, like, the main differentiating factor is that they have a skill that they can use, and their BST is already high, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Understood.
Oh.
Very well. Shall we?
Yeah.
And something to mention about the BST. Remember when we first saw it, it said base score as 185 BST?
Yes.
And how that was just, everyone was like, what? Is it 180 the max? Well, little did we know that was just a prelude to what was going to happen with BST power creep. How IS just outdid themselves. Especially when they introduced Winter Sothis.
Yeah.
Understood.
I think I've just been, like, exposed to it for too long, so now I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's the next round, you know?
Let's go.
So, let's have a look at this self, right? So, this is max invested, right? And I have, like, summon support +10 flowers and everything, right? Sothis can pretty much reach the same stats at +0. Like, I'm not even joking. Well, except for HP, of course. But everything else, she easily reaches, which is a bit sad. So, Self is an original 157 BST unit. At +10, he gets, 10 level ups, so +20 stats, so he's like 177. And summon support is like, +5, and then sorry, not +5. +5 to HP, and then +2 to everything else. Since there's 4 stats, it's +8, +5, so that's +13. So myself has, +33 stats, and add an extra 10 from the flowers, so 43 So he reaches like 190 BST. And Sothis is 185 BST. It's like 5 BST away at +0.
Oh my god, and she still gets access to 5 dragon flowers, huh?
Yeah, so if you use your flowers on Sothis, she basically has as much stats as my fully invested seller, right?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So
that's not fair. They shouldn't. Book 4 units shouldn't get to have dragon flowers. Like, they're already good. What's going on? Or something they can do is at least Gen 1 units give them raise the cap by like 5 or something.
They can add, like, increase the cap for dragon flowers, but that just means we need to grind more flowers for older units.
Oh, that'd probably be like 2,000 more dragon flowers. Never mind.
And some newer demotes, so like the Gen 2 and Gen 3 demotes, right? That just means they have less work for the same amount of stats. It's like, why bother, I guess?
I guess that was the problem too when they introduced like the Dragonflower thing, because you can raise the stats of Gen 1 units, but if newer units can still get access to it, you're not really changing the gap. It's just like how inflation works in real life. Sure, you can raise the wage, but everything else is going to be going up in cost, so nothing really did change.
Yeah. Oops. BST increase again.
Nice going. Nice going, I guess.
I guess the one thing some of these older units have over some of the new units are that they have a high HP stat. So it makes it easier to ploy them.
What can I do?
But that's basically like the only weakness that comes to mind.
Okay.
Other than that, like, their weapons are a lot better.
Yeah, just look at the cab units, the Near's cab units with 3 weapon effects in 1.
Yep. You need like a pretty dumb refine to keep up. Like an Ike level
and
refine.
even then, sometimes the refine just isn't good enough.
Yep, because Fire is at its core a numbers game, and if you have better numbers, you win.
Oh yeah.
That's just in battle, right? I mean, obviously there's other stuff like strategy and unit placement and stuff like that, but when it comes down to combat, it's a numbers game.
Yeah, or mostly it's just matching your colors, because you can be like Sothis. Sure, she's a 185 BST unit, you give her +10 and the dragon flowers, but at the end of the day, she's still green. So you can just have like a red armor smasher or something, or like a strong red unit, and she still goes down.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go.
Hopefully.
Your orders.
Yeah, hopefully.
Just,
there, right here has to be hopefully.
She just takes slightly less damage than your average green armor unit.
Oh yeah.
But when they add, or if they add Surveillance Shield, right? When that happens, she basically... You'll put that on her seal slot so she has no weaknesses. And then she'll be a pretty good tank to use in general.
Let's see. What can I do?
Oh yeah. As long as you have like a good red unit, but... I don't know, man. Against 185 BST might not be the best. As good as you want it to be, I guess.
Understood.
Yeah, I guess we're feeling the effects more because we've invested into Gen 1 units, right? Like, we both have +10 Gen 1 units.
Are you ready to die?
Oh. Maybe that's why we're bitter about... Not bitter.
Very well.
It just kind of bothers a bit because you invest in these units and then they just come up with new units that basically have the same stats at base. So it's kind of like Fire Emblem Feh just doesn't really reward, what's the word, like, you working hard towards something, because they just come out with something that gets it easier, if I'm articulating correctly.
You can just say it's less rewarding. It gets the point across.
Of course.
It doesn't like value investment, I guess I can say.
It doesn't put consumers first.
Let's go.
Player base. Not. Well, I'm
now
not...
I just say it doesn't really reward your investment much because they come out with even stronger units. So it's kind of like, oh,
Okay. What can I do?
I guess,
I guess I wasted my time.
I guess I have to do something to keep people spending, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what Feh is.
Well, a lot of people still do play this game, so I'm sure having new units would make things more exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Every time a new unit comes out, yeah, people get excited. We complain about BST, but that's how it keeps the game fresh. Otherwise, it'd be pretty boring to play, not gonna lie.
Yeah, like, after Reinhardt, have you ever been excited for a blue Cav mage? Like, ever?
And he's Gen 1, isn't he? He's the test of time.
Yeah, he's evidence that a good weapon can carry you.
Let's go.
But I have to say, investing in Self is honestly more... It's not as bad as other sword inventory users because regular tier-fing is it's actually really, really unique.
Regular tier-fing?
The refine.
Oh, I was like, regular tier-fing? I was like, what's he talking about?
Well, yeah, the regular one sucks, like, a lot.
It's so bad.
I see.
But yeah,
Friends, I will not abandon you.
Self is like the prime example of like when you get a really good refine,
Forward.
you just come back to life.
Let's go. You are.
Yeah,
It becomes relevant again.
even though
I
I was
should say.
using him since before that.
You're like, I'm gonna make him work.
Yeah. But
Understood.
Got it.
Choose your path.
I do feel like the BST thing kind of stings still. Even if with some good refines,
Let's go.
it's still a bit
As you
annoying.
planned.
Friends, I will not abandon
I'm
you.
with you.
Understood.
Because some units just come out like just better than some of the older units, and if you're like a fan of them, it just
It hurts.
Forward.
yeah. And I also imagine
Friends, I will not abandon
for
you.
the people that play heroes, how much you like a unit is also tied to how good they are. If you don't have like a prior connection to them, right? Like again, the example is Reinhardt. How many people do you think were a fan of him before his introduction into heroes?
People probably didn't even know about him, to be honest.
Let's go.
Thrace is like the least played Fire Emblem game.
Tragedy.
Let's go.
Choose your path.
Understood.
But yeah, and then
Forward.
what happened? His popularity got up, and he even got an alt, like Reinhardt of all people.
He got 2 ults.
Yes, 2 alts.
The dancer Reinhardt.
As you planned.
Ah. Well,
Orders.
oh.
Understood.
Friends,
Oh yeah,
will
I
not
forgot.
abandon you.
He got 2 alts. I was like, what? What do you mean? There's only the dancer, but I forgot the brave sword one. Oh my god. He only became popular because of Feh. I can't believe it. He's like,
Forward.
he wasn't even that prominent in his main game. Like, he had to like kill off Owen to be able to recruit him or something.
No, he's a Camus archetype.
Oh,
That's
are you sure he can't be recruited?
Yeah. That's another. I believe it was another Cav mage. It's been a bit of a while since I played Thracia. I need to play Thracia again. Anyways, no. Reinhardt is just a boss. He's
That's why everyone laughs. You're right. Everyone like laughs when the new like Cav unit comes out. Like I remember when what was it? When like what was it? Valentine's Soren came out and everyone was like, "Why Reinhardt's right there?"
Yeah, and La Rochelle as well. So
Let's go. Understood.
really, it's just if you're a fan of the character, you will build it. But for like everybody else, I imagine a lot of people will gauge their interest in a unit based on like how good they are, right? So if it's not
Yeah.
as good, it's hard. A better unit is easier to use, and the more you use a unit, the easier it is to like the unit, right?
Yeah.
Orders.
And Reinhardt,
Got it.
I think it's pretty easy to like Reinhardt. Like his design is nice and clean. he has a memorable line. He has like iconic voice acting. Well, now iconic because whenever you hear Chris Smith talk, you just hear Reinhardt, right?
Yeah.
His Legion's actually pretty good too. I like his Legion.
As you planned. Understood.
I see.
But yeah, you just hear Reinhardt, right? If you hear Seth talk, you don't hear Seth. You're just like,
that's Reinhardt.
yeah.
Orders.
So yeah, Reinhardt is Feh has had a big impact on Reinhardt, and that's how
I'm still thinking about how he scored really high on like the Choose Your Legend, like compared to the first year I think they did it. He was like top 20, wasn't he?
I think he was like top 10, like
Let's go.
after the first year.
You are good.
Then everyone was like, what? Like a minor character got... He has more ults than Leaf. Like, come on now. The main protagonist of the game, and Reinhardt just steals the show.
I see.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, it's...
Reinhardt 776.
Yep. I guess that leads us to the next topic, which is going to be Choose Your Legends, because we're kind of already talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, I believe, well, so far at the time of recording, they skipped the farfetched banner, which is...
They skipped the farfetched banner, like, what?
Choose your path.
Let's go.
Friends,
Yeah.
I will not abandon
The
you.
previous 2 years, they've had it, right? The first one was with
Yeah,
Dorcas, Mia, and...
it was Luke, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Luke?
Loot. And then the second year was Cliff, Loki, and...
Oh, it was also Joshua, wasn't it, in the first one? Joshua,
Yeah.
Dorcas, Luke, and
Forward.
the other person that said that.
Orders.
And the second one was
Understood.
Loki,
Mhm.
Owain, Aversa, and
Cliff.
Cliff. And then this year, it never happened. I heard people, did you hear from people that were like saving for Farfetch'd and it just never came for them?
You are
Yeah,
good. Let's go.
I see.
that kind of stings, honestly. It kind of sucks. Well, it doesn't kind of suck, it sucks. Because it kind of, like, after you do it 2 years in a row, it just becomes tradition, right? So it's like, where is it?
Yeah. And then they didn't do it, so it's kind of like, what? But
Forward.
we voted, like it could have been,
Orders.
what's a Farfetch'd hero that probably could have made it in? Because they usually do like the runner-ups for Choose Your Legends, right? Is that how it's scored for Farfetch'd?
I believe it's like the most popular characters that haven't made it into the game yet.
Yeah, like in Owain's case, like everyone wanted Owain. But he came in as Odin, but then Owain came in and everyone was like, whoa.
He's a kooky, funny character. He's like a comic book character.
Forward.
I see.
And then it just didn't come this time, so they probably could have done like,
Orders. You are good.
I say, oh, I'm thinking, but I can't even come up with one name.
Well, I didn't really pay that much attention to the Choose Your
Let's
Legends
go.
polls, other than, I guess, who
Understood.
wins
Choose
and
your
Yeah.
Understood.
where Salif is. I do have this one problem with Choose Your Legends. Okay, so after the first Choose Your Legends, right, and Leaf was still not in the game, people voted for him just to get him in the game, right?
Yeah.
So he was like 9th on the polls. And after Choose Your Legends 3, I checked where Leaf was, right? And he had like less than half of what he had originally, and this is kind of what annoys me. Is because those people aren't really his fans. They just voting
They
for him.
just wanted him in the game, some form in the game.
Yeah, but it's like
Here we
they're not
go.
really Leaf fans, right? I just feel bad for the people who are really voting for Leaf, because they, like, I bet they were like, oh, Leaf's gonna get in the game, this is so cool. Or like, he's gonna get an ult, but it's just the people that voted for him during Choose Your Legends 2 kind of ditched him.
Once he got in, yeah.
Yeah, and that's like kind of my fear with Salif. I feel like they're not the ones that will be voting for Salif. Like I want them to be fans. I want Choose Your Legends to be something that
Play it before.
I want,
Play it before.
I want Choose Your Legends to be like for people to vote for their characters, right? And I didn't really mind that Camilla one, right? Because people do like Camilla on some level.
Oh yeah, I think. Have you heard of the people that voted for Camilla just to see how many ults she can get in the game?
I'm with you.
Like they don't even like her. Like they can like despise her, hate her, like with the passion of 1,000 suns, but they just voted for her just to see how many ults she can get. I heard that was a thing.
Yeah, but she didn't really get as many ults as I guess they would expect. So
I'm with you.
I mean, they didn't get much more, like many more ults, you know.
Yeah.
So
Friends, I will not
yeah,
abandon you.
I would prefer it if you vote for Self because you like Self. Like, don't vote for Self if you're like, I don't know, you think he should, or I think he should get an ult, but like, don't vote for him just because you think he should get an ult. Like, vote for your favorite characters.
Vote for him because you actually like him.
Let's go.
Vote for your favorite characters. Like, I don't mind when I talk to people, like, oh, who did you vote for? Oh, I voted for, like, Chrom or Robin, like, because I like those characters and it's fun, right? And when you vote for your favorite characters, right, you get excited to see, like, if they get an ult. You're a fan of them. It keeps you playing. Like, that's what keeps you playing. If you vote for people who you think should get an ult, then basically you're gonna get mad when, I don't know, things aren't equal, I guess, because people talk about how some characters should not get as many ults as others.
Oh yeah.
I'm with you.
Understood.
So like, I am a Self fan, but first and foremost, I believe you should vote for your favorite characters. I want as many people as they can. Well, I want as many people playing this game, and I like seeing builds from different characters, right? Yeah, that was a bit of a rant, but yeah, that's my take on Choose
Yeah,
Your
but
Legend.
you make a point because that's exactly what Choose Your Legends is supposed to be. You're supposed to vote for your favorite character, but I mean, it could be starting to see that your favorite character just doesn't make the cut or something, or that there's just a lot of like jumping the bandwagon just to people like hopping on like the Chrome bandwagon or like the Robin bandwagon.
Orders.
Because in the end, that's what it is, just who's the most popular.
But
Forward.
it's a game. You should have fun with it. So just vote for whoever you think is.
Try to have fun with it. Please, people. Make the most of it. It's not in like
Forgive me.
the greatest state. Sure, there's power creep, but there's always some fun to find in it.
Understood.
Yeah, like personally, I find the most fun in building units. Everything else comes second to that. So
Understood.
what keeps me in this game is
Let's go.
interesting builds or cool stuff that I can do. And alright, I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, back to Choose Your Legends. No surprises on who I'll be voting for. No surprises on who you'll be voting for. I think people can tell who we like.
As you planned.
Got it.
I'd like to see like a Julia one, to be honest.
Friends,
Julia
I will
Choose Your
not
Legend
abandon you.
with like home. Well, they can't really outdo a lot of Divine Nagas. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, one thing I do want to see, and
Friends,
maybe this will
I
be
not abandon you.
a bit further down the line, is you've played FE4, right?
ooh, a long time ago.
Yeah. So
I'm with you.
one ult from Julia that I think is really cool, or would be really cool, is
Is it
Fallen.
the Fallen one?
Yeah. That would be so cool.
Right? How do they do that then? The fall? Because there's have you seen that? There's artwork of the trading art. I mean, the trading card game of like Fallen Julia that she's under Malfoy's control.
Yeah.
There's a card of that, so I'm wondering
Got it.
they could probably make a unit out of that.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the TCG, I know people want what was it? Fallen Chrom? The Risen King Chrom.
The Risen King Chrome.
That would also be pretty cool as well.
That would be a cool one. They can do like Chrome, Julia. Who else is Fallen? Maybe Ike? No, because then they share red.
You are good. Let's go.
Have you seen the picture of Ike where he's like under the control of Lance Medallion or something?
Understood.
I don't think so, but
You are good.
I'll find it later.
I will not abandon you.
Yeah, there's actually one of him that he's like,
Orders.
he gets like brain damage or something. Like
Yeah.
his dad. I was like, wow, that could be a good fallen
Magic is
one.
everything.
Oh, I gotta get to voting then.
Yeah. Spoilers, I guess. Kind of. It's an old game.
Understood.
I see.
Orders.
I mean, people like memeing on chapter 5, so
Yeah.
I imagine they got that far.
Choose your path.
Fake fans, no I'm kidding.
Understood. As you planned.
Only played till chapter 5.
I honestly, I don't mind if that meme gets people into the game because it means more people get to play the game.
I'm more surprised how people found like translation patches. Like if you found that, good job. Especially back in the day.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they remade FE4. Chronologically, it's the next one to be remade, but
Orders.
who knows?
I will
Understood.
not abandon you.
I see.
Ooh, that means I have to get a Switch.
You don't have a Switch?
No, my bills say no.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Forward.
I'm slaving away at work to save for money.
Yeah. Working.
We walk together.
You go in, work, come home, sleep, play some
You're
Fair.
too tired to do anything, and then you just sleep, and then you wake up the next day. You work, you come home, you're too tired, you sleep.
As you planned.
Welcome to adulthood. Get ready.
Got it.
Yeah. Hey, you do get to make some nice purchases though. You have. I know you have a companion that you just love and cannot live without. It's your vacuum.
Oh, I thought you're.
Choose your path.
That's a good vacuum. I needed that vacuum.
Understood. You are good.
Forward.
I told you, it's a good vacuum. Sure, I paid a lot for it. It's a good vacuum. That's my vacuum.
Alright,
Understood.
fair enough.
I see.
Got it.
Personally, I don't think I have anything like that. I'm
No, you
pretty.
have a Switch.
Yeah, I do have a Switch. I'm pretty minimalistic when it comes to purchases. But I do have a Switch because I did want to play Three Houses, and I did.
As you planned.
It was a fun game,
You are good.
but back to Feh. Next thing we're gonna move on to, I guess, is AR. AR talk.
Yeah, I guess we could creep into that.
I will not
Just,
abandon you.
So
is there really anything to talk about? Because we,
Friends,
I thought it'd be a
will
good
not
topic,
abandon
but really it's
As you
just
planned.
get merges on your mythics.
Let's go.
there is one thing I think
Got it.
we could talk about, and it's the Heavenly Dew that I have piled up. We have piled up, or the
Oh,
endgame plays.
right.
Orders.
you. Friends, I will not.
Right.
Got it.
You
Plus,
think they're gonna raise the fortress then?
I don't like the whole fortress idea in the first place. It's like, why? Right?
Friends, I will not abandon
Remember how much fun AR was when it first came out, and like people were just playing it, just like, oh, I can use my favorite units,
As you planned.
and like it worked out. And then like the next week they're like, oh, these mythic units increase your lift,
Understood.
and you can increase your lift more by getting more merges on the mythic. And everyone was like, what?
Okay, there's a few
Friends,
things
I will not abandon you.
back then that I knew would happen that people would be mad about, and it's the fact that magic is everywhere, Reinhardt is everywhere, Veronica is terrorizing all my teams. So initially when Ether Raids came out, what I said to my friends and what I thought was that, oh, this is just gonna be like, you know how back then, well, I guess it still does, Arena has a BST scoring system, right?
Yeah.
So they would be able to use whatever units they want. And the first thing I thought of was, well, if people get to use whatever units they want, obviously Reinhardt's going to be more popular because it's Reinhardt. Why wouldn't you use Reinhardt, right?
Yeah.
In the discovery phase of AR defense teams and such, right?
Mhm.
So I thought, well, people also like using mages, right? Because mages are threatening at 2 ranges. It's just how it
Yeah.
works, right? So I was just like, oh yeah, people are just gonna spam mages. It ended up being exactly that, right? And then everybody complained, got these goddamn mages ruining my goddamn game. And I was like, well, I mean, what did you expect? There's no restrictions on what units you can use. So why wouldn't they use it, right? It's also a competitive mode. Anytime you make anything competitive, people aren't gonna do things for fun. They want to win, right? So
Yeah.
obviously, they're gonna make a team that's gonna be as oppressive as they can.
Oh yeah.
It's just whatever happens as soon as you make anything competitive. If you look at any competitive game, right, or Pokemon, for example, there's like a few Pokemon that are just really good. People are sick of them. They don't want to see them anymore, but they're just good Pokemon, so it's what's used, right?
I'm up next.
Yeah.
Got it.
The only competitive Pokemon I did was like Gen 4, and then I just stopped. But yeah, I remember seeing all the Garchomps, the Gengars, the Starmies, so yeah.
Understood.
That's all you saw when you went on Wi-Fi battle.
Yeah, people just wanted to win, you know?
That's a difficult one.
I mean, I don't blame people for wanting to win,
Which one's
really.
mine? Right.
I mean, it's annoying to see all the Ophelias, the Alms, but at the end of the day, you just gotta do what you gotta do to get the rewards.
Yeah, so
I've just
honestly,
gotta
I
be
think
me, you know?
for AR, they have made it easier to climb, right? Because with the ladders, with the double up, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to win matches.
Oh, yes.
less
No,
match-
it's more time saving.
Yeah, which is nice, but less matches means less matches you have to do means there's less chance of you making a mistake.
Oh, yes. It's that's why
yeah.
That's why, like, when I do my AR videos, like, I know sometimes I take a while to take turns, and people are like, they'll start being like, oh, the battle starts at so-and-so, or like, please put the timestamp. And I'm kind of like, you guys, you don't understand, this is AR. It's not like Arena where, oh, I lose, I can just use, like, those 800 dual crests. I'm just like, no, you have to think every choice.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people like joking, like, oh, you take like an hour to do it, but I have to, guys, I have to. I only get one shot. I have to do it right.
That's a difficult one.
And
Let's get
also,
moving. Here I go.
I think part of the charm of AR is how you show your understanding of
Onward.
the AI,
Yes.
and that planning phase is part of your strategy, right? So
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you have to figure out the rally traps. You have to figure out like the dancer, the five damage rule. You have to figure out like if you swap a unit, they get dance, and then like Azura, they get +3 movement.
Mhm.
So you have to think beyond. Like, sure, you see only like the 2 movement, but you have to also factor in seeing the potential 3 movement, and then like in Ophelia, the extra range and stuff like that. It's a lot of math, you guys.
Yeah, sometimes I take out pen and paper.
Prepare to
I can do
die.
mental arithmetic in my head, or I can try, right? But it's not
Let's
it's not
try that.
it's not easy, right? And when you
No, it's not.
when you do AR, you want to reduce the likelihood of you making a mistake. So if you want to climb, sometimes you gotta take out that pen and paper and write stuff down.
Oh yes, sometimes I wish I had a calculator with me. But then I forget to get the calculator.
I've just gotta be
Well,
me,
there's also
you know?
a calculator app on like every other phone, or every phone nowadays. So
Well, I'm not opening up the calculator app. I don't want people to see my phone. Especially when I'm recording. Like, that's none of your business.
okay, all right. I mean, fair enough. There's also. Oh, okay. I don't really have another solution for you. It's just
What's
pen
your
and paper
answer?
is just nice sometimes, you know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think to improve AR, give us something to use the Heavenly Dew on, because right now it's just useless.
Know your place.
I bet people have like 10,000 already or something, or like 7,000, 8,000.
Yeah, I have about 7,000.
It's just accumulating, but like nothing's happening.
Yeah, I think I don't really like the fortress system, but they could just, you know, increase the fortress.
Get rid of it.
Or get rid of it, like, either one is fine. I also think they maybe add new AR tiers, because people
That's what I've been saying, because, oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I got too excited, sorry.
No, you just go. I don't think it was
Here I go.
That's a
anything
difficult
that
one.
important. Anyway, yeah.
Because I noticed that, people they could break through the, tier 27 limit. Like, I've seen it. There's probably gonna be like a tier 28 being made. Because even sometimes if I'm doing really good, I can score beyond like the 13,400 point limit, because that's what you need to reach tier 27. So I'm kind of wondering, for the people that have like plus 10 mythics, they're probably scoring like 13,000 like 600 or something, maybe even 700, depending on how good they play. So it's kind of like, it wouldn't surprise me if they made a tier 20, like a tier 28 or even like tier 30 or something.
Yeah.
That's kind of like,
that brings me to the next suggestion, is they could increase the maximum ether or the ether regen, so you could play more matches. That one,
Time for a lesson.
yeah, I think that would also help, because the double up just makes it easier. So like maybe if we had like 300 max.
yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be actually really nice. You can get in like one more battle or something.
Let's get moving. One step at a time.
Maybe you have a regen of like 90. I don't. Well, I'm not entirely sure like how the numbers should be, but
Right.
Yeah, because usually it's like
What's your answer?
8 matches in a week or something that you could possibly do to play your cards right.
yep.
So you'll probably just be adding maybe one more battle, or like 10.
Here I go.
Let's try that.
One step at a time.
I don't know. At this point, I'm just reaching.
What's your answer?
Same, honestly. I think that's it for AR. There's not much else.
Yeah, you just have to get more merges on your mythics. We're talking about changes that probably won't happen, but we can have some hope.
Well, they changed the cheerleading system in AR, kind of. Well, no, the bonus kill. So maybe.
Oh, imagine if you have to get bonus kills in AR. Oh my god, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
They would never do that. Never.
I'd be so angry. I'm just like, okay, I'm done.
Let's try that.
No more AR videos. Like, that's it. I'm done.
They wouldn't do
Let's
that.
get moving.
What's your answer?
Right.
Dun dun dun.
Alright, so
Let's try that.
next topic is, I guess, our plans for 2020.
Oh yes.
What's your
Do
answer?
you want to start, or?
I think you can start. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't think my plans are as
Here I go.
lofty as
One
yours.
step at a time.
That's
Lofty.
a difficult one.
I'm just another Feh player. What do you mean? Okay.
They're not as grand as yours.
What grand ideas do I
I'm
have?
up next.
don't
I
have
don't
any-
know, man.
Okay.
You plus 10 to Death Knight.
Oh damn! This Cordelia has pass. All right. Yeah, building Death Knight was a challenge, and like every other cavalry unit was just better than him. Well, Lance Cav that came at the time.
One step at a time. Got it.
Originally, I was gonna give him like attack speed solo, low attack speed, and then I realized this is just the Camus build. And I was like, this isn't original or anything at all. And I was like, oh, what if I gave him like heavy blade and defense res oath? And I'm like, oh well, yeah, Percival just does this better because he has high speed, nice mixed bulk.
my god.
And lull attack skills work better with Percival's weapon because he has guard, the guard effect if his opponent is max HP. So I was like, I kind of gave up a little bit because like those skills required too much.
That's a lot of investment, and those aren't like easy to get either.
I do have a Percival though, but I was just like, you know what, this is probably just going to sell off. Like, come on.
Which one's mine?
As for, damn it, I hate using armor units. I hate this quest.
Are you doing the orb quest?
Yeah.
For a lesson.
Yeah. I don't like it. I mean, I have.
Step at a time.
I just don't build armor.
I use this Hector.
Let's get moving.
That's a difficult
I'm up
one.
next.
I got a vote.
Onward.
Yeah. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. Plans. Alright, so I want to make another sell-off video. Damn it. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. It'll be like, so you know how the first two sell-off videos were like episodic and they roughly followed what happened in FE4, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I followed some of the scripts in
Which one's
FE4.
mine?
So all this, the conversation with like Lewin and Sigurd, they were taken straight from the game, right?
Yeah.
Got it. One step at a time. Which
So
one's mine?
for the last part, I was thinking I wanted to cover chapter 10.
Ooh.
So it's gonna have probably Julius and maybe Julia in it.
Which one's mine?
Yeah, I haven't like, well, I have an idea of what I want to do, but it's not like completely set in stone.
Yeah.
I have 2 builds ready to fill up the video. So it's just a matter of waiting for the divine tier thing refined because I really want to have that in there somewhere. So
Oh, what do you think it's gonna be like? You think it's gonna be like Ike's refined?
It's a difficult one.
well, Nagi's weapon is just better divine tier thing. So like,
Which one's mine?
kind of.
What's your answer?
Honestly, I don't know. They can surprise me. I'll probably think of something.
Let's get moving.
Yeah, I'll probably think of something.
One step at a time.
That's a difficult one.
Hmm.
Onward.
Actually, I might have... Okay, something that increases the general usability of Divine Tier thing. That's what I want.
Let's get moving.
Let's try that.
Like, really, the only reason to take Divine Tier thing is like against mages, right? It's kind of useless against any other any other weapon type, and
Uh-huh.
and it's not really that special. I don't think it's that special.
Got it. Right.
I mean, I feel like Divine Turfing is just when it came out on Sigurd, it's just, you know, the
What's your
fight,
answer?
quote-unquote fight with
Let's
Arvis.
try that.
So they kind of want to make it like, oh, you can survive magic hits, but we all know how that ended.
In my defense, at the time I released the first self video, he survived every magical hit.
True.
It's just Special Spiral became a thing, and then people spammed AoE spells, and that kind of bypassed his weapon.
Understood.
So it probably would be good if they can give it an AoE damage
What's
reduction.
your answer?
Yeah, I mean, that would be like the easy solution.
Knowing them, it's probably just going to be that while like the beast units get like 30 effects in one.
Let's try that.
They're going to be like, well, we're being generous. Take it or leave it.
Onward.
Which is a bit sad, but I believe for stat refined weapons, they get,
Here I go.
what's it? I believe they keep the, oh man, I should have moved Hector over.
Got it.
So I believe they keep the stat plus, so like, what was it? I believe Loot's weapon kept the was it speed +3 after the
Which one's
refine?
mine?
So,
I think it's she got res.
oh, speed or res, one or the other.
Yeah.
So I mean, if anything, it'll be a nice +3 res boost that I get to use.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you can also refine it like just regular, like plus res refine, so you can get extra stats.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Here we go.
Even something like that would be nice for divine tier thing, because it's kind of
You got it.
outdated, I'd say.
Yeah, but, like it's pretty outdated. I do think it does need a refine. It's not a very exciting weapon.
Easy now. I see.
Plus Sigurd is
I wonder
like,
how would they make Sigurd relevant again in this meta?
yeah, when he first came out, it was like impressive they could survive magic and everything, but
I'm a dragon.
like it's pretty hard to use Sigurd. There's not much in how you can build him.
Onward.
Yeah, because he's just another sword cav, so we've pretty much seen everything a sword cav can do.
Yep, and
Easy now.
surprise, surprise, Reinhardt can do.
Here we go.
He kind of has that role covered, don't you think?
Choose your
Yeah,
path.
I mean,
That way.
he has the brave sword effect, but I mean Sigurd can stand on his own too, because at least he won't get outsped if you don't manage to kill an enemy. I don't want to like make Sigurd sound like he's outdated, but
He kind of is.
he kind of is.
Yes.
You don't have to sugarcoat
Onward.
anything. He just
Easy
kind of
now.
is.
I see.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can just hope for the divine tier thing refine. I don't know.
That way.
It
Understood.
should be coming. I mean,
Choose your path. You got it.
they can't forget about him.
I mean, where's his ult?
Where's the Deirdre ult? Where's the Valentine's ult? Come on, you can be a Valentine's duo. God, I yes. Stop
Easy now.
sticking your head up your ass. It's right there.
Easy now.
Maybe I'll finally get my bright Deirdre ult. Maybe I might just open up the wallet.
Are you thinking about spending some money in this game?
I see.
Spend some cold hard cash. What's the point then? It's not that bad. It's not like I'm gonna be taking them to the grave with me when I die. So just do it now.
I hope your friends remember that and they just have a picture of like bridal Deirdre, like right next to you.
That one time I plus 10 them and they're gonna be like, why though? Be like, why not? Pretty sure my family would be. They'd be like, why? I'd be like, why not?
I don't understand your obsession with this character. And you're just like,
Oh, that's exactly the response. They're gonna be like, why did you do this? I'm like, well, why not? It's like, but
Onward.
it's just a game. And I'd be like, yeah.
it's a way of life. It's more than a game.
That way. Here we
No
go.
one says anything to the people who spend money on their waifus, so why can't I do it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I
My
mean, like,
money.
as long as you're responsible, no one really minds, right?
I mean, I'm pretty good at having self-restraint. Like in the summoning videos, if I say I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna stop.
No matter the cost.
Yeah. I kind of have a problem with self-restraint because I'm like,
This way.
I kind of want this unit,
You got it.
man.
Yes.
Like, I should keep
Oh
going.
yes.
And then I have post-summoning regret. It's buyer's remorse, but with orbs.
Buyer's remorse, but for summoning remorse. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Like, I can save up a good amount of orbs, and right here I have 925, right?
My god.
Oh wait, let me show. Was it in customer support? Right.
Yeah, because there's one where it shows your email address, so don't show that one.
There you go. I didn't buy these orbs.
You're like, I swear I didn't buy them. I swear.
Yeah, it's not like I bought some orbs and then spent all the bought orbs, so it just looks like, yeah. Yeah, so that leads me to my next point. I made a pact with a friend because we played 3 houses together, and if you're watching, because I know you're watching, because you're my #1 fan, miss you. Anyways, he's a pretty funny guy. We played we started playing Feh at the same time, like on launch. So, anyways, so when he played through 3 houses, he picked up Claude as he picked Golden Deer, and I picked Blue Lions, right? So
You got it.
we made a decision to +10 our respective house leaders. So that means that no, Paula. So that means that I'm gonna be
okay?
maybe not. So that means I'm gonna be having a +10 Dimitri, or I want to have a +10 Dimitri, and he's gonna be having a +10 Claude, hopefully.
This way? Understood.
So that's what I really wanted to save all my orbs for. Of course, I do want skills and such, but I made a blood pact, and you know what happens when you don't follow through on a blood pact. Just ask Peleus of the Teleus games. You know? Okay. Obviously...
I got a Cella.
Yes.
Okay. I keep getting all these lords, but not the unit I want.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, you gave me some luck, finally. He's here, off screen.
You're gonna have to edit that into your section of the video.
I got it. I'm with you. Yes. Understood.
But yeah, so +10 Dimitri whenever he comes. The post time skip version, of course, and post time skip Claude. That was probably the most major plan that I had. Oh, the other thing. I really wanted to perfect my AR defense team because I wanted to make an exciting AR defense montage video.
You got it. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
That way. I see.
That shows off each individual unit in whatever role that I have them do. So I thought it'd be more exciting because AR is mostly just gameplay, right?
Understood. This
So,
way?
you know,
I'll stuff for you.
so hopefully, like,
Then it's gameplay.
maybe I can make it a bit more exciting. Or that's the plan at least. In like a short, like highlighty kind of video,
Choose your path. Onward.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe that's all the plans that I have at the moment. Any other plans, I'll probably just make a community post or something. So, yeah, how about your plans for 2020?
This way? Easy now.
What I want to try my hand at, like, building units, like, you know how you build up, Death Knight or something?
Regrettably, yes.
Regrettably, yeah, but I want to try doing something like that.
That way.
I mean, it's just a matter of choosing which unit
I
to
see.
do it from, because I'm mostly just,
Yes.
it's just Deirdre and, like, Julia. Like, I think that's, like, all, like, built up and, like, my standard arena core, but I don't know. I just, when I like some units, I just stick with them, and I try to +10 them.
Mhm.
So right now, it's just waiting for Legendary Julia to come back. So that's exactly what I'm saving my orbs for. So hopefully I can +10 her, because apparently I'm told I have really good
Choose your
luck
path. Yes.
on the
Yes.
summoning
You
videos.
got it.
I do think you have good luck.
Not today, but, well, maybe today. I don't know. I'll take what I can get.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's like a real plan for me.
Oh, so what unit
This
did
way?
you have in mind to build?
Onward. Easy now. I'm with you. You got it.
Well, I have a +10 Deirdre, I have a +10 Julia. Maybe it's about time I made my own Self? And
Choose your
why not build a Self if I have the Self Master right here
You got it.
to guide me?
There are plenty of other people that build Self too. I'm sure they'll be happy to. No, I'm kidding. Of course I'll help you.
Oh, so modest.
Here we go. Easy
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like to brag. It just feels dirty, you know.
I mean, you were the one making Self videos when everyone doubted him.
Yeah.
You're like the only one who made a Self video, like the magic is nothing. Like, I remember seeing that back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. That's what it is, back in the day now. And like that was the only Select video worth that people actually like. I don't want to say watched. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that was like the most popular one I've seen.
Understood. Yes.
Well, why not?
Choose your path. You got it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes.
I don't know. Kind of want to build a plus HP solo just for the memes, and
Yes.
it might not be for AR, but it's just something I want to have for myself. Because game mode, I guess I do enjoy is like Tempest Trials, and I do like showing off. Like when I do those Tempest Trial videos, and I just like run over everything with Special Spiral Deirdre.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to do one with like a Self, like a mega HP tank Self. If I can get them to high HP and just like wall tank everything.
Interesting.
Because that's one of the reasons why I like playing Face is like outright destruction, I guess.
Yeah.
Of like with your favorite units and just like running everything over. That's what I'm in for. I mean, sure, there's plus 10ing stuff, but that's like the main thing I like.
Okay. So I think I asked this of you before, but what about more montage videos?
Oh, you mean that? How I only made one. One, and then I just like got lazy.
It was good.
The only one showcasing the refine. That was a good refine. I like that video. I'm proud of that video.
Let's go.
So, oh damn. Okay. So why don't you make more?
Yeah, maybe I'll just do enough like overpowered Deirdre builds. Like it could be expensive, so people can start telling me, but this isn't free to play. And be like, well, deal with it. Isn't it fun seeing like really expensive builds?
All the time.
Like some people are just like, wow, this person like sacrificed seasonal unit for this. I might just do that with Deirdre.
Only
Just like 11 minutes of expensive builds on Deirdre.
Only all the time. I myself gave up
Let's go.
the Ephraim Leon duo to Death Knight. So yeah, I should know.
Do you regret it? Do you regret it?
Well, I probably wasn't gonna use Ephraim anyways, so
Yeah, that's true. Did you give the heavy blade?
yeah, but I just prefer other A skills on him.
Got it.
Oh.
So he just like he has it, but I just don't use it.
Wow. Why did you guys make him build Death Knight? What's wrong with you people?
Well, I mean, they probably just wanted me to try my hand at building someone like the Death Knight, or
Understood.
I don't know. Maybe they thought I could make him
I'm surprised they
interesting.
didn't say Julius. I'm surprised they were like, build Julius, and they just came out with, oh, Death Knight, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Poor lad.
Well, you know, things happen, and you just build the Death Knight. It was kind of painful, but at least I don't want to build another cavalry unit anymore. So yeah, that's probably your answer.
New Year's resolution: don't build cav units.
I wasn't really a big fan of cavalry or armored units, so
Here we go.
yeah.
Friends, I will not abandon you.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, that's usually how I play. I really specialize in like infantry and
Infantry's the best. I love infantry. I'm just an infantry gal, but I don't have many dragons. That's what I need dragon flowers for. That's why I try my hardest in AR, especially when there's like dragon flowers on the line. Like I'm not trying it just to like be the best. I just want the rewards, and that's it. Like on every other, I guess, season that doesn't have dragon flowers, I just do what I can, I guess. But when infantry dragon flowers are at the stake, that's when I really try my hardest.
Understood.
Forward.
yeah, I just want dragon flowers as well. There's like a lot of units that I want to build. There's a lot of Gen 1 infantry units that I want to use.
As you plan.
And you know, flowers.
That's what I've noticed. All my units are like, all the built-up units I have are like Gen 1. So I'm kind of like, wow. Like, I'm not gonna, if I see a new unit that I really, really like maybe like a Deirdre, I'll probably go out of my way, but I usually just stick with like Gen 1, because
Friends, I will
easy
not
to
abandon
get.
you.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
easier to plus.
And they can work out. They can work out, they're not so outdated.
Understood.
Forward.
Unless they have like a bad refine.
Like, I don't know, what's a really better find now? Like Perry's Refine or something.
Oh, Perry's refine's not that bad.
Here we go.
Because it's like a Spectrum Brazen.
Yeah, something like that, but
I think a less interesting refine is like
Understood. As you planned.
Got it.
I don't know, like Arthur's, because he needs to have visible debuffs and he doesn't cancel out those debuffs, so it's like kind of screwed.
oh yeah, I remember that one. It's all like Brunya's, how she cancels it out and she gets a boost and she's like free to play already. So,
Got it.
Yeah.
or like the Private Matilda's, it's kind of boring because she loses her the cap effectiveness that she had in Rider's Bane. Like they could have given her the, I don't want to say like the same weapon that Claire had, but there was one weapon in was
Let's
it
go.
in Shadows of Valentia, but it boosts the damage based on like your speed or something, if I'm remembering. There was like a combat skill or something like that. So I'm kind of like, why didn't they give that to her? But they just gave her like a support thing.
Isn't
Clive.
that Claire's weapon, the Romp Fire?
Got it.
Was it the Romphia that did that?
Understood. As you planned.
Well, I'm pretty sure it should have been Matilda's weapon.
Yeah, there was like some. I'm probably misremembering it. It's been a few years since I played that game, but there was like some skill that boosted damage by your speed or something. It might have just been Romphia, but I don't know.
Forward.
It's just like subpar
You are good.
refines for Gen 1 units, and it just makes them
Understood.
Harder to use.
Friends,
yeah
I
harder
will
to
not
use. Really, like Matilda can probably do better with just a slaying units or like a barrier.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess I don't know. Some units just aren't born equal or made equal, which is
Yeah.
really sad.
Let's go.
Because
As you
well, it's also really hard because you can't just have every unit be equally strong. Then, well, I mean, in an ideal world, like you want every unit to be usable, but with the whole
Forward.
like
Orders.
power creep
You
plus
are good.
introducing new exciting things, I don't. It's like really hard to balance
Got it.
everything.
Yeah, like maybe something like Norn versus Rebecca. Like they have similar stat spreads, don't they?
Yeah.
Both like faster. So it's kind of like, who would you rather use? Norn, who has like
Friends, I will
one.
not abandon you.
What does she have, like 167 BST or something? She has like a ridiculous amount, and then Rebecca has like 140.
Understood.
Yeah, 150 or something, 151.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. And she doesn't have a refine yet, not that I'm aware of.
Forward.
No, she does not have a refine.
So she's just like another archer that you just don't see. So it's kind of like, well, what's
Yeah,
Right.
I think I found a guy in arena with 4 Rebeccas though, just once.
see? That's dedication. That's one of the fun things about this game.
That you get to see people build like monstrous units like that.
Friends,
Yeah,
I will
they
not
just build their
abandon you.
favorite unit. They build like 4 plus 10 copies of them, and they just have fun. They don't care about scoring, whatever. It's like, good for you.
You are
That's how
good.
this game should be played, but we're ruled by a PST system.
It's oppressive.
Orders.
It's an oppressive system trying to bring down the regime.
Did you call for me?
Well, I don't really know like if we can really change what
Understood.
they're doing other than
Forward.
I will find.
sending feedback. Or
I said feedback about limiting
Let's go.
dancers in AR to 1, and they didn't listen to me. They probably told me what a goddamn idiot.
Understood.
yeah, I think that's a common thing people don't like about AI. It's like they want to limit the amount of dancers to 1, but
I'll be fine if it's just 1. Like I know I use 2 dancers on my defense like a scum, complete scum, but
hey, you do what you got to do to put bread on the table,
I
right?
do what I have to do to win, and like I I should say the same about the people who use like two. They use two Azuras and Ophelia and and like Lulina.
Orders.
I get that you're just doing what you have to do, but
Let's go.
Lulina's not that bad.
no, unless you're like a green unit
You are
or something
understood.
like myself.
Got it.
Oh, you want to know what feedback that I gave back when they did the survey, right?
Uh-huh.
I wanted what was it? A kind of like a sandbox training mode
Did you call for me?
in the game.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure how this would affect sales, but let's say you wanted to test out a build, right?
Let's go.
Right now, if
Yeah.
you want to test out a build, you have to summon for it and then try it out to see if it works.
Uh-huh.
If it doesn't work, well, tough luck, you wasted a bunch of orbs, right?
Yeah.
So my idea was if you had a sandbox training mode where you could just give a unit an amount of skills, like whatever skill you want, right? And this kind of got reworked into Hall of Forms, where you could test
Yeah, I
out
was about to
skills.
say, like, isn't that like Hall of Forms?
Yeah, but I just wanted to like... Okay, so combine the Hall of Forms system with like the testing your own defenses, right? So you get to test who wins in like... It's basically like your own combat simulator. That's what I wanted.
Uh-huh.
And for someone like me who theory crafts like all the time, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Did you
Honestly, I don't understand why. Well,
Friends,
I
will
don't
not abandon you.
currently see why they don't do that, because if you're gonna summon a unit for skills, I mean, you'd want to know what you're investing in, right?
Yeah.
So this can be a nice way of finding out beforehand without like, you know, losing a bunch of orbs for like no reason.
Yeah.
You
Huh.
are
I
good.
will find.
That's actually not a bad idea. It sounds really fun.
Understood.
Like being a kid again and like just making toys.
Let's go.
Yeah, and you know how you said you liked units steamrolling others? You know all those people that make posts on Reddit about the highest amount of damage that they could do?
Let's
You
go.
can
Yeah.
go crazy doing that if you really wanted to. It's just like... Okay, so this leads back to another thing about Feh that I've been talking about a lot with some other friends and other people in general. It's that there should be a mode in Fire Emblem Heroes that you play because you want to play it and it's fun, not because of the rewards.
Oh, like a mode with no rewards, or like
As you orders.
a mode that.
No, having rewards is fine. It's just you play it because you like it, and
Got it.
Well, I guess
You are good.
they probably need to like make all these modes to branch out to people's likes. So that probably might be like, oh, if you like Tempest Trials, you do your best in Tempest Trials. It'd be like Arena, which then do your best in Arena. Or like if you like AR, okay then.
yeah.
They
So
probably make those modes to cater to different types of people, but it's probably just not as fun as they think it should be for us.
yeah, like I believe for the first 2 years, I wanted like a mode that I play for like just because I found it fun. Like I thought I found Arena boring. It was like color matching, which wasn't really that exciting. Like I'd see cool builds, but like in the end, I'd leave a red unit in range of a green unit or a blue unit in range of a red unit, right? Like that's just what I did. Like Tempest Trials, okay, so I used to grind a lot of Tempest Trials, and now I just do enough to get all the rewards. So
Yeah.
I was one of the people that got to 100,000 on the first Tempest Trials.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh wow, the first one.
yeah, and I would go for like top 5,000 every Tempest Trials until I believe it was around the time when Legendary Lyn came out that I kind of stopped because I just
I
had
remember when she came out, I was like in school at the time.
Yeah, this was.
And I was like, she looks like Rebecca.
This was back when I was also in university, and I had slightly more time on my hands. Now I don't have as much time, so I can't be bothered.
Having time.
Yeah, I just can't be bothered doing tempest trials anymore, you know. So I just do the bare minimum, like 3 a day, for I believe like 5,000, and
yeah.
So I didn't find Arena that interesting, like not because of the scoring system or anything. It was just because like I would just color match units, and I think that itself is boring. Like,
yeah.
I found the cheerleading system a bit more challenging, like gameplay wise. I mean, like it sucks that you can't use like whatever units you want, but at least it was somewhat of a challenge, right? Compared to color matching, like you see red unit, you use blue unit, you know?
Yeah.
I think Arena Assault is the one of the better game modes, because you get to use whatever unit you want aside from obviously the first match, right?
Yeah.
It lets you use a wide variety of units, and for an endgame player like myself, so you know, let's have a look at how many units I have, right? Oh, look, all this 5 stars, right? Naturally, some of them are just gonna get left unused, because I only really use like Self and like 10 other units, right?
Yeah.
So AR gives you a chance to use your other units, which I like. And I also think it's fair, right? Well, aside from the first match, which is like you go in blind, but you know, it's like Arena in that sense. But after that, you get to look at the map, so you get to pick what units you want to bring in, right? Like that's not that bad, and you also get to use 3 items if something goes wrong.
Oh yes.
So I think Arena Assault is more fun than Arena. Arena Assault is a good mode. Like when it first came out, people were like, "What? I have to build like 28 units?"
It's hard when you first start out Feh, and then you can't really do it because you have no units.
Yeah, but now it's like, oh, using these units, it's kind of nice, you know.
Not to be binded by like the BST oppressiveness.
Yeah. As for Voting Gauntlet, for what it was,
Voting Gauntlet isn't really interesting.
Yeah, I don't really consider it a mode either. It's just more like vote for your favorite
It's
characters.
not even a mode. It's more like get free feathers.
Yeah.
I guess.
My main gripe with Voting Gauntlet is how people complain that the more popular character won, and I'm like, bruh, really? You go into a popularity contest and you upset the most popular character won. Why? It's a popularity contest. By definition, the more popular character should win.
I don't even like play. I just like sell out. Like right now, I chose what did I choose? I think I chose like Edelgard, even though I've never played 3 houses. I don't know, like, but I just saw that it had like the most like players on her team or something. Because you know when you can see the details.
Yeah.
So I just like, I guess I'll just go with like Edelgard. I mean, I'm just a sellout for feathers, really. The only time I took it seriously was when they did that bright banner and like Deirdre won. So I'm kind of like, yeah, that's right.
I used to be more serious about which team I'm on. Like I would be a feather mercenary and go on the losing team, so I'd rank higher in the army. And I would check for multipliers all the time. Now I just get like 3,000 flags and don't use them.
I just do it like when I think the multiplier is up, like when I was at work, like every time I'd be like on a break and I saw the multiplier was up, I'd be like, well, I better do it because when I get home, I'm too tired and I just want to go to sleep because I get out late at night.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Or like when, you know those, how they have those rewards for like playing it like 5 times or something, and you get like 2 orbs, the sacred coins. Like I just do that and then I just leave. I come back later at night. I see that there's like a multiplier up. I do it, go back to sleep, and then the next day if we win, okay. If we don't, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's just, I think voting gauntlets should be used as like a way to gauge public opinion on like what units are more popular than others. Like
And they can use that information to create like alts or something, right?
Yeah, that's what I think they should use voting gauntlets for. And I don't know, now it's just more of like a formality. Like they do it because it's something that
they do it because it's like about time to do it. Like, you know how like in the monthly schedule it's like, oh, like towards the end of the month you get like the mythic hero or like something like that. You know how like they run on like a routine?
Yeah,
I think that's exactly what voting gauntlet is. So they just make up whatever theme, like, oh, someone who likes chocolate ice cream or someone who likes vanilla ice cream. Like, that's just what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it would be nice if they were more interactive with the community, or they also interacted with content creators as well. Like, wouldn't that be awesome?
Imagine getting sponsored by Nintendo. Whoa.
Imagine getting sponsored.
This video is sponsored by Feh. Give your money to our Feh overlords.
Imagine getting paid in orbs.
That sounds like one of those shady websites that you pay money for like orbs and then you get banned.
Yeah, but you're paid by like whoever's running Feh, like Nintendo themselves, right? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Pay me in orbs. I'd be like, no, pay me in money. I got bills to pay.
Well, I mean that's kind of, you can do that with YouTube, I guess.
I still haven't signed up for that. I feel like I'm gonna get demonetized because I swear a lot in the AR videos, but I don't need to. It's just so upsetting.
One step at a time.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in AR that's, well, I mean, it's a competitive mode, so like people are bound to get upset because like you spend a lot of time playing the mode, so you know if things don't go your way, like it's just frustrating.
I get mad when I do like brainstorming and I take like 15 minutes and then people start to complain and then I do it and then I make a mistake and I lose and I'm kind of like, oh my god, I spent all that time thinking for nothing. But
yeah. I
mean, I guess.
No,
sorry.
finish.
Go ahead.
I
was gonna say, I guess people like it when I'm salty. I think they get a joy out of it because they see how mad I get. So I'm kind of like, well, all right. People say like, oh, I like when you get mad or something. And I'm kind of like, well, I don't. But
I think it's because
if you find it entertaining, I guess.
Maybe it's because they like having someone who's also. Wait, I'm messing up my train of thought. It's possible that they want to empathize with someone as well. Like they're suffering in AR, so if you're suffering in AR, like you can cry together.
Oh yes.
You know, it's like when let's say you build a Deirdre, right, and then you find someone else builds a Deirdre. You're like, oh my god, we like the same.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Seeing them in AR, I'm like, oh, this person knows what they're doing.
And then you lose, and then it's not so cool.
Then I lose, and I'm kind of like, I can't even be mad.
Yeah, like some teams are just like really like you just respect the team.
I like the theme teams that people do. I'm like, I respect that.
And then you see at the cav line again.
And the cav, I'm like, oh no, you can go to hell.
Well, I think the cav lines, most of them are budget, so they're not as bad as.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
But like the really invested ones are pretty scary.
Well, I think of Bravelyn with double poison strike with fire sweep bow. Like that's just not fun to fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think we've pretty much exhausted like every possible thing that we wanted to talk about. So
we got through the topics.
All right.
I'm thinking about ending this here. So is there anything you want to say?
No, it's just last year Feh was like a roller coaster ride because a lot of things happened with like Ether Age or something. But let's hope this year is a bit better. I just want my Deirdre ult, and then I'll be good for the rest of the year. Okay,
so before I cut things off, I want to say huge thank you for joining me, Wylia. We've been talking for like 2 hours, So you know, yeah.
That just means there was a lot of stuff to talk about. At least we made our point across.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We're just like rambling. It's just 2 hours of background noise.
Yeah. So Happy New Year, guys. This is a bit of a new type of video for me, but you know, hope you guys like it. So until next time, good luck on your summons and whatnot. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.